it's not too loud.
All right, cool. It's 2:50.
No, it's not.
Time. Sorry.
It's 2:49. Shit.
It's not 2:50.
Can we cut this part out, please?
No. Sarah Schauer, welcome to the podcast.
Oh, I don't want to hit anything. That's why I'm like...
That's okay. Yeah.
Okay.
We're making you play podcast operation here. Like, okay, don't touch anything. Don't say anything.
Yeah, I always feel bad about the table warning because I'm like, now I'm putting it in somebody's head.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fine. It's all good.
Guys,
I won't even focus on the questions. I'm just like too aware of my body. What's that, huh?
You're like in Talladega Nights or whatever. His hands are just coming up the whole time. Anyway, what the hell are you doing? How are you?
I'm good. I got lost in your guys' apartment complex, but now I'm here having fun.
Yeah, tell the guests the address that you showed up at.
But I actually don't remember, so I can't even like dox you correctly.
There we
Oh,
go.
damn.
You just saved Tony some editing.
Yeah.
You don't have to
Thank the
cut it out.
Lord. Guys, Sarah's joining us here, okay? She's a big comedian. She makes videos and stuff. You're a rapper and a breakdancer too, I heard?
I'm learning.
Who's ever described someone as a big comedian?
Jerry Seinfeld.
I guess.
He's a big comedian.
Imagine like a moderate comedian, you know. there's hints of comedy.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Sarah is a tiny comedian.
How long you been doing comedy shit?
Since like Vine, so like 2015, 2014, I've just been
damn.
like hanging around the internet.
Yeah.
I'm just like something that doesn't go away. People like try so hard, but I just keep living.
Good. Content cockroach.
How long have you guys been doing comedy?
Tuesday?
Content cockroach.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about starting today.
Yeah. How's it
First day.
going?
No, I don't know. Sometime in high school, watching like, I mean, when I was like 12, I watched a bunch of Comedy Central specials and was like, I want to do that, but I'm so violently insecure that I could never do that.
Yeah.
And we're working our way toward it.
Nice. Do you guys do like stand up?
I don't yet. No.
I do stand up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Going on tour in a few months. No tickets available yet. So fuck you guys. Not you though. You're
Okay.
We're good.
Wait, are you really going on tour or like are you?
Yeah, no, I did
Oh,
one,
nice.
like 2019. But do you ever do any like live performance stuff at all? Or?
Oh no, I have horrible anxiety. I would like probably shit myself on stage.
That's performance art though.
45
technically.
minutes of just shitting.
It's you systematically asking people for napkins. You sir, with eating the fish.
Keep cramming Chipotle napkins in my pants. So you guys,
Somebody's walking by and it's like, a lot of ponchos. Is this a Blue Man show? No, Sarah's performing.
but then like I bow at the end as if it was like an actual show.
and they're like, don't bend over in any regard here at this point.
Pushes against my body.
Yeah.
I want to do more stand-up stuff, but in my head, I'm like, do I want to put that increased anxiety in my life? Because I'm sure any month that I would have any show, I'd be thinking about it nonstop.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Thanks for cursing me.
Oh well, you've dealt with it and are currently dealing with it, so you're already in hell.
Oops.
Is it stressful?
Yeah, it's kind of stressful. Once you get up there, though, you're immediately like, oh, okay. Like, it feels like the best, like, drug in the world. Like, when you get into that flow, though. But
Yeah.
every, like, before and after is just, like, the shittiest shit ever, though. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, fuck, now I gotta go do that again. But do you ever do any, like theater stuff growing up, or?
Yeah, I was in high school theater. I
Nice.
was a theater kid, and I didn't do choir because I wasn't good enough. But yeah, a lot of theater.
Nice.
You guys did theater?
No, I did improv,
Yeah,
which
dude.
is.
Oh wait, I'm in improv right now.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah, I do at the Groundlings.
Dude, I'm a card-carrying member of the Groundlings.
Really?
No joke. Yeah, I got the season pass to go see all the shows and shit out there.
Oh, nice. But it's like online right now because
Yeah.
of COVID.
Oh right.
But like I think there's gonna be like a second class where you actually meet at the Groundlings. So I'm not actually doing it at the Groundlings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that like? We always like
You
we've had
wanna-
a couple.
You considered doing those classes for like 2 years after we moved out here.
Yeah,
so
like
yeah.
really heavily considered. Like, what's it like?
It's like horrible at first because it's like improv over a computer. So like there's like a delay and it's just like yep. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's kind of fun. I do like that. It's just fun and improv-y.
Nice, dude.
It's the little bit that I did had a lot of fun in it, but it's also tied in my memory to when I was 17
Yeah.
and was doing kind of well in high school improv and like thought I was funny, and I think back to that guy and it makes me cringe, but I want to get back into it like,
Yeah.
as an adult.
Were you like the guy who's like yelling like the random words?
No.
Okay.
I really didn't want to be that guy, but I think it's mainly I was so insecure, and then I did kind of well in high school improv, and I wasn't like cocky about it or anything, but I just remember like getting that little bit of taste of it. But I think back to my sense of comedy at the time, and that's why it makes me
Yeah.
Like, just kind of cringe.
Yeah.
Just that guy.
I just was so fucking insecure at that time too. That was like any little like performing victory I could get felt like okay, but I was not like finding my footing or anything. But
I feel that when I look at my time hop from my tweets of like the jokes I made 5 years ago, it's like knock knock, who's the hot dog? I'm like I would fucking kill myself.
so freaking random, might I add, Sarah? Holy shit.
It's
Also, I feel like some context of some shit post, when you look at like a time hop, completely erase it because you don't know what was happening at the time.
Yeah.
Because you think of like any tweet of something that's happening right now and you kind of are like making a reference to it, you're not going to recognize in a while.
Yeah.
You know? That was actually an interesting thing. I was watching your Chugi video.
Oh, geez.
And for I'm not going to be good at explaining it, but for people who are, I'd say, just like older and not on TikTok, listening to the podcast, Chugi is a term for...
Like something that's like ambiguously out of fashion. Like
Yeah.
if you saw a woman wearing chevron, it's not like if she was wearing Y2K where like it would be like an intentional thing. Oh, they're trying to look like they're from the 2000s. If you wore chevron, you'd be like, are you wearing that because that's your style? Or like you're being ironic, you know,
Yeah,
like that sort of thing.
And it was something you brought up at the end that I thought was such a cool observation about it, that like something that goes out of style has this like weird period of like, okay, it's just gone out of style and there's maybe like a set amount of years where it's not a fun like throwback yet.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like cringe I think you called it the Twilight Zone.
Yeah,
for it.
the Twilight Zone of like memes where like a lot of Vine jokes are like in there. So like if you heard like that Nickelback look at this graph thing, you'd be like, it's not funny.
Yep.
Yeah.
But if you put it in like a new TikTok joke, it would be the only way that you could bear to hear that again, probably.
Yeah. And then it's like a fun kind of throwback.
Yeah.
But if you're directly, I think it's maybe if it feels like somebody thinks it's a new thing, that might be the cringe. And then it's like if it's old enough, then you can assume it's not.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I had been like thinking about that recently of what makes especially like memes kind of cringy for a while and come back. Like looking at the life of Minecraft, a Minecraft shitpost probably wouldn't be that funny right now, but go back 3 years, it would be hilarious, and probably skip 4 years, it'll be hilarious.
Yeah.
It's a really cool and interesting like thing. I just thought it was a really cool observation you made on the.
Thank you.
And also, I think you mentioned it. I think even just a word like chuggy is gonna age so bad.
Yeah,
so
it
immediately.
is. It's like it already sounds like exactly what it means, and I think that's like what are those types of words where they sound like boom or like
onomatopoeia?
it might be
Is that like buzz and shit?
maybe, but chuggy sounds like chuggy.
Yeah. It's just.
Sounds like a kid show character.
Yeah.
Hey kids, we're gonna go talk to Chugi right now, dude.
See, I think that might be a little chuggy, that phrase.
Chuggy.
me saying it at my age might be a little.
Dude, damn it.
It's that's how have you guys dealt with getting older online? And it's
Don't remind me.
I was on Noel Miller's new show, Find That Link, and I was with Sarah Lugor and Emmy, who are both from TikTok, and they're a lot younger than me and from very like much newer than me, and like me and Noelle were making the joke the entire time that I know the comments are gonna be like, look at these old bitches, I'm not even old, but like I've just been around for so long that they're like, God, when will Sarah die?
Sarah, I see so much support for you. I don't think that's the immediate reaction when people see you on screen. I think it's more positive than negative.
I know, but like well, I mean, if you follow me, you pretty much like support me, or like you enjoy me generally, but like people who like fell off like the Vine thing, they come back and they're like, oh, what happened to Sarah? And I'm like, I gained weight and I got older. That's all that happened.
I think especially Vine people are like, some people weren't on Vine and are finding people through compilations, so then they just think like, oh, like even somebody like Cody, like I guess Cody is just, even his hair might be a shock to somebody who's just finding him right now, because it's like, oh, I just saw you in a YouTube montage and you were like a diver in college,
You were so much younger and thinner. Yeah.
Isn't it weird to think though that like kind of our day-to-day lives and our well-being kind of depends on people continuously giving a shit about us for hopefully more years, and we've already gotten this many years under our belt, and it's like, please God, let's keep this rolling for a little bit. That fucking psychs me out all the time.
Yeah, to be likable all the time.
Yeah.
Because like no one's perfect, but a lot of times people expect perfection, but what makes you likable is that you're like flawed. So it's just, how do you maintain that balance? over all these years.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever had like a period like this, but in part of 2020, it was when I hit, because I think end of 2017 is when things kind of started working for me. I was like, man, it's been almost like 3 or 4 years. People are just going to get tired of me. And it was just this constant like anxiety creeping up, like, oh, I've hit my limit, like where people are like, oh, that's it. And I feel like I've kind of passed that now, because you're like, oh, people don't just go like, well, fuck this person, I've seen enough of them. Usually it has something to do with maybe like a lack of trying, or I don't even know, but it was just there's not a meter like that, because then I started thinking about creators that like have been around for much longer than that, you know?
Yeah. Well, I've noticed that like creators with like slow builds usually like have a lot more loyal of an audience. Like people who blow up out of nowhere is like when you have to worry, because like they love you and then they're going to find something wrong with you, and then a lot of people are going to fall off, and that creator is going to get disheartened or keep going. And so if you've like built your audience over years, I feel like they're pretty loyal. Also, creators that are more like aesthetically based are like when people like lose interest. But since you're like a personality, I feel like you have a lot more grip.
I just completely erased what I was going to say from my brain. You know how it is.
I was gonna ask, what is like, when did shit like start popping off for you? Like, what was your last real job, and when did you like switch over to like content shit full time?
Okay, so when I was on Vine, I literally posted 5 Vines in a row, and then the next week they all blew up, and like
Seriously?
I immediately got like 100,000 like followers.
God damn.
But when Vine died, I went to like an office job doing like social media management, and then I went to an advertising agency where I wrote for a bunch of different brands like Denny's and stuff.
No way, like commercials and shit, or what?
Oh, like their social media.
Seriously?
Yeah, Denny's like Tumblr and like Twitter and stuff.
What does the process like that look like? Like, hey, Sarah, we need 3 memes this week, or like what?
I sit down at a table for like 8 hours, and then I just like write like Pepper's emo salt, and they're like, "Are you fucking serious, dude?"
That one's good though.
That would make me go get a grand slam immediately.
Yeah, but got fired. Not from Denny's, but from the agency, and then I was already doing YouTube as like a hobby, and then I started to make money, so I was like, you know, I could move to LA, and then Brittany like tweeted, I'm moving to LA, and she messaged me, she's like, do you need a roommate? And I was like, yes, I do, and now it's worked out perfectly.
Yeah, it's perfect timing for it. I remember you had said, like, this was a long time ago, just through Twitter, but I remember it was the first time somebody was kind of saying it publicly of like, everyone needs to stop referring to people who have the job to be the face online for a company as like an intern they have.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's like, I still occasionally see that joke. It's like, do you really think that they would be like, hey, intern, handle Denny's Twitter for everybody?
Yeah.
Like, of course not.
It's the dumbest shit ever. Like, I one time dated someone who worked for an advertising agency, and like one of their like copywriters who's been around forever accidentally like tweeted what they like from what they thought was their personal account, but like from their brand account, and they were fired like the next day.
Why?
Like it's nothing.
What was
So
the
like
tweet?
it was something like weirdly inappropriate. Like they wanted to fuck someone, but like
at Denny's.
all right, Denny's UK. I agree, but no, yeah. It's why would you ever let an intern be the face of your company, the voice of your company?
Yeah, it's insane. And I occasionally will see people still say that. It's like, this is like a viral tweet.
Yeah.
Would you let just like somebody you just brought on near you like talk to this many people on your behalf? Like, of
Exactly,
course
dude.
not.
It's usually just like a seasoned copywriter who went like to some 2-year school, which is still valid, but yeah, it's not an intern.
Yeah. Do you do any other? What were you gonna say?
Nope, go for it.
Okay.
Say
Do you ever do any writing shit at all? Then, like besides that, like, do you have to like submit packets for stuff? Or, like...
Yeah, I have a portfolio of like writing.
Oh, sick.
But I haven't written anything like in years, like long form. And also my brain just doesn't work like that anymore. If
Yeah.
it's like longer than a script, I probably can't like write it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you felt that your focus has also just disintegrated in the last few years when it comes to like actually sitting down and be like, I'm gonna plan, I'm gonna put pen to paper and shit?
Oh, it's so hard to like plan anything out. Like for the Chugi
Yeah.
video is the most I've ever planned, like writing like an outline, just because like I'll forget the points I want to make. I can't write more than a tweet at a time.
Yeah.
Brain
No.
broken.
For the first time, the last video that I made, I didn't write a script for it, but I wrote like sort of a script. And I was like, oh my God, there's in the edit even, this is so much less panicked. Because I would just always, every other video I have is pretty much, I'm just winging it. And then I would go into the edit and I would demotivate myself because I'd be like, you fucked this up 4 times. I hate you. I can't even look at myself right now. And then when I kind of outlined it, I was like, oh, I hit all the points first
Yeah.
try. Like, why don't I do this more?
It's so much less stressful. Like, I
Yeah.
actually planned for this to happen. You know, I'm not just finding a weird Instagram page of LinkedIn influencers and hastily reacting to it for a video.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a lot less stressful. But I've also like noticed like when I get stressed, I stutter a lot, and so editing a video, just like trying to cut out all those stutters. And I also can't read when I'm stressed. Like I saw the last name Donahue, and I said Donegal because like my brain just like doesn't work anymore. And then
yeah.
like when I was editing, I was like, it's Donahue. That's literally Jesus Christ.
That's any reading in front of people, maybe not for a video, but actually I just realized I don't know if I've read things on camera for my videos, which is like, what's the content that I'm using for it? But yeah, I don't. Did you have it in class where I'll start reading something and I'm like, everybody's listening to me. Don't fuck up, and then I'm in the middle of reading and I've like screwed myself completely.
Yeah, I would like stutter like through all of it, like popcorn reading. They're like, Sarah, read this. I'm like,
there was a kid in my freshman year English class named Danny, and he unlocked something for me where the first year when we did Romeo and Juliet, he was getting, they'd like cast some of your classmates to read for it, which I always thought was a nightmare.
Yeah.
I one time had to be Hamlet for all of Hamlet.
Oh man,
fucking nightmare.
Damn, dude. Series regular pay though. That's good.
That was the original thing, but I got out of it because of Danny's tip for my freshman year, where he got cast as Romeo, and he said he just asked our teacher. He just said, "Hey, I have a lot of anxiety reading out loud," and she goes, "Oh, I'll find someone else."
Yeah.
And I was like,
Oh, Danny.
you can at least ask that. Like
Yeah.
some teachers are not going to be cool about it, of
God
course.
damn.
Yeah.
But you can ask that.
They'll make you read the entire book.
Yeah. Playing all the parts.
You have to write the sequel.
You have to do like voices for each character.
It's me, Montague.
Oh, I never thought about that. I had like special classes because ADHD, but like it was only like 3 special classes. I was just so slow.
Yeah.
With
Was
math.
English one of them?
It was all math.
All
Okay.
math.
All math.
Damn.
Yeah.
Are you good at math? Because I'd fucking live
Well, I
through
think-
all
No,
math.
the only time I've ever been good at math was in college. I did business calc, and I was really good at that.
Oh.
But
Huh.
other than that, I'm so bad at math.
What was different about business calc that made it?
The teacher was really like patient with me.
Oh, okay.
And it's
Yeah.
all about the money. It sucks you in.
Well, we're talking about stacks.
Yeah.
There's just like, what's 50 times 8? And like, I don't know. Wait, what's 50 fat stacks times 8? Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, man, it used to get me like from like a performing and like reading out loud thing, and I hated it. Is I like now if I get up on stage, I'm a lot more confident if it's like more stand-up-y shit, because it's not like you have to have all the words and stuff down. But like going through theater, like especially in college, I just had this idea enter my mind where it's like, it's kind of like the game, like, oh, you thought about the game, you lost the game,
Oh,
like
yeah.
that dumb thing.
Yeah.
Where it was that same thought process where I would always get to performing, and I was not nervous in front of being in front of people, but I just became like instantly so just removed from my body when I was doing it, where like half of the shows I did in college where I was so completely not there at all, just completely disassociated.
Yeah.
Because I just was like, this is just, like your brain immediately goes like, what if you just forgot everything that you worked for like 4 months on?
Weren't you the lead in college?
I was the lead, and so like, and like you just had to just keep going and stuff, and I just like, there were multiple times where I literally for the entire show I didn't feel nervous of like, I didn't even mind if I fucked up, but it just was like, oh, it felt like I was like Gromit laying down the tracks in front of him,
Yeah.
like where I just was like, I couldn't remember the next line, but someone
Yeah.
would say the line and my brain would just be like, well, here's the line. And it was accurate, but my body the whole time was just like, I don't know what's going on up here. So it was like, just,
man.
it was kind of a nightmare for most of the show shit, because I
Yeah.
just was like not even there. It was totally gone.
Was it like your major, or did you just do a lot of theater?
I just did a lot of theater. It was a smaller college.
Okay.
Like, we was in Menominee, actually.
Yeah,
Talking before.
nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, I got to do 2 shows a year and stuff. I was I was the lead in a couple of them, and it was a ton of lines and shit. And I just would always be completely absent the entire show.
Yeah.
I hated that.
Like having to deal with that activates like a fight or flight for me, where
Yeah.
I would just be like, I'm quitting the theater program.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I just,
What's that third option? Freeze? I think I would freeze.
Oh yeah.
To be the lead, yeah.
why don't I hear freeze ever thrown in? That's like when people say fight or flight, we got to add all 3.
It's just like a mouthful.
Fight or flight.
Flight.
Or freeze.
Fight, fight, or freeze.
You always have to add it on. Or freeze.
Dude, we had I'm sure I told this a long time ago, but we had the most god tier save in theater when I was like in college and shit. There was this guy this dude named Kyle, huge props to him, and we were doing some just shitty ass Shakespearean thing. It was Antigone. Ugh, gagged me with a spoon. It was fucking sucked. And it was just
I don't know enough about Antigone.
it's just 2 hours of soliloquies from a community college-esque fucking like production.
Got it.
Is a soliloquy a poem?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Did I use that right?
Isn't it,
I don't know.
Isn't it like a monologue poem in, like specifically it's the longer poem stuff in, I'm going to look it up.
That's going to get one of these for me.
You continue the story. Okay.
So we're doing this thing, and like there was like this Kyle guy who was playing this king, and he had this big like speech, and he was like, "Oh, this bad stuff's gonna happen to the kingdom," and there were a couple of my buddies were playing guards behind him with masks on, and I played the character of like this kind of soothsayer guy that comes in, like in 300, the like mangle guy that's like, "You can't go fight those guys," you know, like. So I was telling him this bad news thing, and one of my friends is standing back here and completely face first, bam, just faints.
Oh, shit.
Like completely eats shit. And without any hesitation at all, the guy that's playing the king, like he goes to the other guards, he makes it up like in this very Shakespearean voice, and he goes, "You too, grab him from beneath the arms and take him from my presence at once." And then like the other kids, like they had masks on, you could see their eyes, and they like just take this kid limp and they drag his body off the stage. And the king comes back to me in the middle of my speech, and he just goes smooth as fuck. He goes, "Your news is troubling. Continue." like my news caused him to fucking like faint.
That guy
Oh my God.
was that role for a moment.
That guy, Ryan Reynolds.
Oh. Yeah, it was a Pikachu, like early adaptation of Detective Pikachu. Just prepping for it. But.
Can I say, I feel like there is a weird energy from straight guys about Ryan Reynolds lately on TikTok, and I don't get what it's like. Specifically, he's now the guy for like bearded men who are making content, where it's just like, I don't know, there's something so odd about it to me, where it's like, he's funny sometimes. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like the personality and like physicality, like fantasy. A lot of men like think that they are. I think.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm not a man, but I imagine people want to look and like be like that sarcastic, like lovable.
The quip guy.
Yeah.
It's what people liked about Iron Man as well.
Yeah.
But he's like 60% less douchey of like the, because like Robert Downey Jr.'s whole thing is like the,
Right.
I'm the best in the fucking world.
Yeah.
He's like Leah Michele with like her role on Glee. Like Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. Like he just wears the suit all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a video on Glee season 1 because Chrissy got me into it, and Glee is one of the most insane things I've ever watched ever.
Yeah.
It's like a fever dream most of the time, and also every character is hooking up with every character with no boundaries at all to any relationship, just because I'm assuming some like older writers were like, yeah, this week 2 of them have to hook up.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I did improv at UCLA one time in high school, like for like a week-long like program. And when I was there, they showed us the like first and second episode of Glee, so we were like the test audience. So that's all I know about Glee is just the first and second episode.
Wait, like before it came out?
Yeah.
Really?
Whoa.
It's the only interesting thing about me.
Were you in the two-way mirror room or one-way mirror room or whatever, and they're like taking notes, like, "Oh man, that was not a good joke."
No, it's just there was like a bunch of old people standing behind us.
That's.
And then we all sat in this like dimly lit room with those like chairs that you just like put in rows, and we just watched it. What's wrong with everyone on Glee? Oh yeah, there was like this one clip where it's like one of the cast members was talking about how they're a minority, and then the teacher was like, "You're in a Glee club. Everyone's a minority."
Yep.
It's like.
So
cool. Yeah.
So the first season of what I've watched is full of shit like that the whole time, and a lot of just inappropriate stuff. I know you guys have seen clips of Matthew Morrison in that show.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It's like all of everything he says is inappropriate at a school. It's insane. I'll talk more about it in that video, but also with screening stuff like that, I can't say to the public because I signed an NDA, but I did an early screening for something.
Oh.
Tony, censor it now. And that's it. I just want to tell you guys. Nobody in the audience will know, and I don't know if I can ever say.
We'll cut it in here. It was for Glee 2.
Yeah, it was for Glee.
Too fast, too Glee.
Yeah, they are racing and they're singing out the windows like the fucking "It's Been a Long Time" like shot. You know?
Yeah.
They can't make a Glee sequel.
Oh, yeah.
They absolutely can't make.
It's just gonna be Jane Lynch, and she just sort of does whatever for an hour.
There's too many dead cast members.
And I forgot about the
you
creepy
can't see
ones.
you again more than one person.
Well, that's pretty realistic after high school. There's always that handful of people that you're like, oh, they passed.
That's true.
Yeah.
So it's very realistic for like high school.
They'll just. I don't know if they'd work it into the story.
Has there ever been a show in recent memory though that has had so many people like pass away or have like huge scandal shit like
I don't know.
as Glee? You know, like Drake and Josh. That's just Drake though.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone else.
Still my fingers crossed for that. Oh no, so many people from Glee have died. I don't know, but it's also a huge cast, so like it's more likely that a lot of people are going to pass away.
Yeah, so they had it coming, is what you, Sarah, was saying. Yeah. Can you just say that in the camera?
But there's one thing actually I was meaning to mention to you as well, Sarah, because you're the only person online who I feel like I share this with, that nobody else loves divorce.
Oh my God, I love divorce so much.
And every time I talk about it, I feel like people, especially my parents are divorced, and people will be like, oh, sure. It's like, no, divorce is great.
Oh, the concept of divorce. I thought this was like a show. I was like, is this an HBO Max thing?
No, the concept of divorce is awesome. And a lot of people, I think, who, and I'm going to say, think their parents love each other.
Yeah.
Are like, get real squeamish over the topic. And it's like, divorce is the best.
Yeah, divorce is like, it's just like, it's like not going to college, you know, like it's something that like, there's this heteronormative life cycle that we're all supposed to live, you know, you go to college, you meet your partner, you get married, you have kids, you know, you guys retire, die each other's arms, but like divorce, not going to college, not getting married, that always throws a wrench in the system, and it just upsets a lot of people.
Yeah.
But divorce, like when there are two people who are dating and they break up and you're like, thank God, they shouldn't have been together. That's how I feel about divorce.
Yeah.
I don't understand why, if we can like be supportive of people getting out of like horrible relationships, why like divorce makes it like so much harder.
Why, dude? Like that's, if anything, that's more difficult, I would assume, for people to be like in that far, you know, both with their life logistical situation stuff and then with a partner to make that decision like, this isn't healthy for me.
Yeah.
Well, and leaning into it too, because your video was about divorce parties.
Yes.
And how you couldn't find divorce stuff at like a party city.
Yeah, I live right next to Party City, and there's like 420 balloons. There were like welcome home military piñatas. So when your dad gets home from Iraq, you can beat the shit out of him. I was like, so why are there not divorce balloons? I got divorce balloons, and they were like, oh, jeez.
That's the thing. What's that reaction?
It doesn't make sense. Also, like, I don't understand why. So everyone pretty much like has you have like toasters and all that stuff. Like, so when you move in together, you don't actually need a wedding registry most of the time. Yeah. However, divorce, you're splitting everything in half.
Oh yeah,
which makes you should get a registry, and then also your kids can be on that if they're splitting houses, and so it's a way to like kind of wrap up. It's also something that lasts like a couple years, so it's just like you need to celebrate.
That's way better because it's definitely a scenario that asks for things more. I think you even mentioned wedding registries are from when people were like 18 and moving out, and it's like now when somebody would need something is during the divorce for it.
Yeah, now you're gonna have like doubles of like toasters and everything when you move in together.
It's like, I'm 40, I have no laundromat. Maybe I need like a dryer in my house now.
The one thing people need to flush out though is, especially if somebody like jokes about or is happy about a divorce, it is not appropriate to be like, oh, it's like, no. If somebody comes up to me, especially if it's like a night out and somebody's celebrating a divorce, I couldn't be happier to see that person in public. It's the best thing.
Whenever I see like, I've only seen like one time like a divorce party out in public. They had like just divorce sashes. I bought them all shots. But so it's like, it was just, you're out celebrating at the end of something horrible. And that makes so much sense.
And it's like, of course, I know some people divorce is not always awesome. You know, sometimes it's really, but usually it's not the divorce, it's a separate thing, you know? And then the divorce is like the freeing, the bad thing has happened and now you don't have to be married anymore, you know?
Yeah, like, is it divorce bad or is the animosity between two people bad?
Right. Yeah, that's a good point.
Also, I think that your friends and family should get to choose if one person doesn't get a divorce registry. And let's be honest, 90% of the times it's going to be If it's a man and a woman, it's going to be the man.
Yeah.
And so it's like you should be able to opt out that guy where you're like, well, he doesn't get a toaster.
Yeah. But the fun thing is like, so when I did my divorce video, there were so many like women doing like divorce parties. I saw 2 guys with divorce parties, and one was he seemed like a douche, but the other one was like super charming. He seemed like he was just super excited to get back out there. So yeah,
it's in the energy of how the divorce party is too, and excited to get back out there, or just excited the bad thing's over is good.
Yeah,
but there is the idea of like a group of bro-y dudes being like, "Thank God you got away from her."
Fuck that bitch.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, maybe not that divorce party.
Yeah. You guys have convinced me. I'm gonna call my mom tonight and tell my dad that she needs to divorce him.
Dad, you need to eat it. Mom, get out of there.
This is actually going kind of well. Nah, I'm riding the momentum here. Liberation,
The
dog.
divorce party sounded kind of fun, and
Yeah.
I am your son, so I do get 2 of those.
Yes.
If, I actually want to be the reason you guys broke up. You can tell me that. Put it on me.
How would you weasel your way into your parents' lives as an adult that it would make them want to split up?
Oh yeah, man. I don't know.
I wouldn't have to do much because it's already happened.
I bet if you went back home and then like, not that living with your parents like past like getting out of school is bad, but like I would reinvite myself and immediately turn to like fucking just me, you, and Dupree mode. Just like pissing in the corner and not cleaning up any bottles and shit. Like just be a terrible house guest.
Sleep at the foot of their bed.
I was gonna say like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
Just fart up a storm under the covers and shit when they're there. But then only I would treat one of them really well, and I'd spread rumors about the other.
You pit them against each other.
You'd fart under the covers and every time go, Mom, what the hell?
Mom, yeah. Sorry about that bitch back there, Dad.
You're rolling over to your dad in bed and like treating your mom like she's the weirdo.
I just be farting at my mom all night.
Yeah, roll over next to your dad and you're like, she's giving me the side eye. Can you believe that?
You gently move his hair out of the way to tell him a secret.
Dad, do you think she can hear us? She's like right there.
Dad, do you think it's weird that I wore a hat and shoes in bed?
Are my kids scratching your leg hair, Dad?
Or like you have that like nightcap and then nightgown and then the candle on like a tray.
I think I see a ghost of Christmas past, but I could be wrong.
If you would really whittle him down if you just sleep deprived him like that. Like if you had that, like the Scrooge just come in every 45 minutes on the hour and be like, what's going on in here?
The ghost of Christmas past is ruining your parents' marriage.
I hate that, like, if it was in a vacuum, like, Groundhog Day type situation, no consequence, I would love to just give it the old try to break up any marriage.
Yeah.
It just sounds fun.
It'd be like opposite Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, I was thinking Freaky Friday, so I've never seen Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, that's a good one.
Mrs. Doubtfire, it's a fun concept where Robin Williams is going through a divorce and deceives his children and ex-wife that he makes them think he's a nanny.
Yeah.
What country is it? Is she just
Just
Mrs.
Britain?
Doubtfire
Yeah, I don't know.
British?
She sounds like.
Is she Scot?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know, but she
One of those places,
So it's endearing, but also this like really awful lie that probably that movie wouldn't come out now.
Yeah.
Plus the wife moves on to Pierce Brosnan, which is just like, don't even try at that point. It's like, fuck, the new
I
guy's
feel like,
Pierce Brosnan.
Honestly,
dude.
I think there's scenarios in real life where Robin Williams will win out over Pierce Brosnan. I'm just saying.
I mean,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
but in that movie, Robin Williams, though.
In that movie, Robin Williams versus Mamma Mia Pierce Brosnan.
Maybe.
No, Mamma Mia Pierce Brosnan is just a guy.
But I don't understand, like, it's similar to, like, superheroes, like, how they have, like, tiny-ass masks. Like, if you were married to someone, wouldn't they recognize your eyes, even if you're, like, dressed up as an old woman?
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah, he does have glasses on, though. So
They're, like, drunk goggles, so they distort his eyes.
it's like Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys.
Or just prints out 2 eyes and takes them.
Or it's like those, like, slinky eyes.
Hey, I'm gonna watch your kids.
Ooh, I'm sorry.
He should have just propped his eyes up on his fake boobs all the time.
There's a lot of fake boobs jokes in that one, too.
A lot of them. That was about a third of the movie, actually.
Yeah, it's a big part of the runtime.
Yeah.
The thing is, they there were good performances in the movie. So I remember rewatching it as an adult being like, oh, Mrs. Doubtfire's fun. And then the first divorce scene, I was like, damn, I feel really bad for these two.
Yeah.
These two specifically,
Yeah.
not most people getting divorced. They just acted their hearts out.
Yeah.
It's true. It's my main man, Robbie Will, though, so he always comes out on top.
He does.
Yeah.
We were talking about Flubber, like, last time, too, and shit.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one since I was like 4.
You don't need to go back.
Yeah. Actually,
Just-
I haven't watched it as an adult.
You haven't? Or
No. So maybe it's a fun watch. I just remembered it as a child.
what if it's just like so offensive when you watch it back? You're like, oh, jeez, there's so much racism in
Yeah.
Flubber.
It's at any comedy, you go back a little bit and you're enjoying it, and then there's one joke where you're like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of the scary movies, which are meant to be like kind of offensive,
Right.
but also just like, oh, geez, how was this fine?
Yeah.
And it's weird, like, watching some of those, because it's like, not that a lot of the topics couldn't be joked about, but it was very clear that it's like, this is being written for an 8th grade boy.
Yeah.
To be like, ha! Poop, poop! You know, fuck yeah.
All that parody movie genre, I wonder what people like Gen X thinks about those movies or thought about those movies when they were coming out.
Yeah.
Because I was in middle school and a lot of them I didn't like, but there were some that made me laugh.
Yeah.
But I'm sure like they weren't huge hits with older people at the time, right?
I don't know.
Unless like I don't know what's the critic score to the Scary Movie movies?
I don't know.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look up the Rotten Tomatoes.
At
score.
least 30.
Yeah,
I don't know.
probably, yeah.
I can see it.
I feel like
see
the
it.
first one will have a significantly better score than the other ones, maybe?
I think the first and
Probably.
the third one were really good. I was just watching them also because did you guys watch White Lotus?
No, what's that?
Yes, I did.
It's so good. And Regina Hall was in the Scary Movie and in White Lotus, but she's seriously acting now, so it's
Yeah.
just interesting to see like her be funny and then serious.
Yeah.
52% on the tomato meter. For a comedy like that,
That's
I
good.
feel like that's pretty
Okay, wait.
all right.
So the more tomatoes, the better.
Yeah.
yeah,
okay.
100% is the best.
I figured if you're throwing more tomatoes, it means you hate the movie more.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Like if 100 people threw a tomato versus one.
I think because the thing is, they go off of, since it's Rotten Tomatoes, of how rotten the tomato is. But honestly, now that you mention that,
it's more rotten than.
but
They
like,
should call it an absence of tomatoes.
Tomatoes thrown would actually be kind of good for
Yeah.
movies. But yeah, I'm surprised. And then I wonder what the third one is, but I don't see it here. So
The third one was always my favorite. growing
Yeah,
up.
I
Is that the
loved
one with
it.
Charlie Sheen in it.
Yeah, he's in
Yeah.
a couple of them.
I remember a joke where the aliens peed out of their fingers. and
Yeah.
I just never stopped thinking about that ever. It's always back here
Yeah.
somewhere.
I always quote the rap battle.
Yeah, dude, that's a great one.
Wait, what? How does it go? Now I just always quote it, but I just forgot it.
Also, isn't Michael B. Jordan the other guy in that? Like, it was like a really young actor that's like gone on to do a bunch of.
Oh no,
like-
Kevin Hart was in it.
Kevin Hart was in it too. Though,
Yeah.
But like, there's a different guy in the rap battle that I think it was like a huge dramatic actor now.
I don't remember
Fat
the
Joe
rap.
is in the rap battle too.
Like the actual Fat Joe.
Yeah,
Oh really? God, I could go watch that movie again.
you should. It's
Simon
really funny.
Rex and shit. Like. is
Oh
in
my
it, too.
god, I loved him
Yeah.
in that, and I also loved him on Vine. It
Yeah.
was like, yeah,
I forgot it. Yeah, especially he had a huge kind of moment on.
Yeah.
Vine. Yeah, that was. Did he do stuff with Riff Raff at the time, or were they separate?
I think Riff Raff was the second coming of Simon Rex.
Okay.
I don't think he was actually. I don't think they were together ever.
Okay.
I was just looking up to see who the guy was.
There was that guy who did all those trick shots that hung out with Simon Rex all the time.
The frisbee guy.
I think he was a basketball guy. He was like
Okay.
skinny and white.
I don't remember. Vine memory stuff is getting so hazy for me. I was always just a fan on Vine.
Yeah.
I was in high school at the time, so it's just, like I mentioned, that guy's not getting a following. But, yeah, it's like a lot of the details I forget now.
Yeah. I was on like the last part of Vine. I was on the third year. I didn't do like the first or the second.
What was it like to have then? You said like 5 videos blew up like immediately?
Yeah,
What
it
was
was-
that like to be in college at the time and just have that happen?
It was weird because I was taking an accounting exam and like my phone just kept like going off because I had my notifications because like no one ever did anything.
Yeah.
And then it just like started like blowing up and I couldn't even finish the exam, failed it. Because like I just
Yeah.
looked at my
Yeah.
phone and I was like, dude, I'm getting famous.
Yeah, dude, that's rad as fuck.
But yeah, it was really weird because it was like day and night. But do you know Lil Goot?
No.
I don't think so.
She was on Vine, but I messaged her, and I think that she revined something of mine because, like, I messaged her, and then she looked at my page, and she, like, basically is the reason why I'm where I am today.
Damn.
I'm surprised. I mean, I guess it's not how TikTok works with the For You page, but that has there ever been a version of, like, a revine? Because a revine was just a retweet at the time pretty much for videos, and that was huge for a lot of people, like, helping their friends out and collabing on things, but that's not really, like, a thing anymore.
It's just a big old, like, circle jerk. But there's duets and stitches, but there's no revining or re-TikToking.
But I guess, like, following someone's account, you don't really always see it.
Yeah.
I feel bad sometimes seeing people who are exclusively, like, new creators on TikTok who will be like, hey, I don't think, like, my videos are getting sent out to the feed. And it's like, yeah, I don't... To have that be your, like, only thing, if you want to promote something, that TikTok's gonna die.
Yeah.
You know? It's such a weird platform to have, like, just that following on, and some people are, like, so creative and so cool on it, and then want to promote, like, their YouTube channel, and then that TikTok just will tank.
Oh yeah. Also, I was thinking that, like, ads. What's really weird on TikTok is that ads don't real ads don't do well. But if you don't want a video to get taken down, you put #ad, and it won't get taken down because they think it's an ad.
Oh.
So, like, I've seen girls, like, post, like, you know, them pole dancing almost completely new, but it's #ad, and they're not going to take it down.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Huh.
I gotta get a pole.
Well, I'm saying, like, if you have, like, a topic that you want to touch on that you feel like won't, like, stay up for long, or if you want to say, like, fuck you to someone, just put, like, #ad in the caption.
Would it supersede, like, community guidelines shit sometimes then too?
I think they just don't want to lose money, so they're not going to take a sponsored post off the platform.
I'm gonna go fuck. All my biggest TikToks I posted so far would get removed because it would be like there was a knife in a shot.
Yeah.
And I wasn't brandishing
Weapons
it or some
especially,
shit.
yeah. I don't even know if you can get away with that one just because it might be on screen for
Let's
it.
try
it.
It was so brief too. It was like literally like nothing, like a half a shot, like in the Milk video or whatever the fuck, where I'm holding a knife one time, not even like, and it was just gone. Like, it was so fucking stupid.
They just do that annoying thing where they strip, like, my audio away, and I'm like, God, fucking.
Just take it all at that point.
Yeah, just take it down. This is so annoying.
Yeah.
Watching someone silently put a joke in. But if you don't mind, just one more question about the Vine thing, like when it was happening. Like, what was, like, at parties and stuff, were you just immediately hearing about it? Like, that's such a quick, like, you're in a social setting and also things are popping off at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, what was the social aspect of that? Did people start getting weird around you, like, when it was starting blowing up, or was it...
No, it was kind of weird. I was in, like, sorority at the time. I guess I don't want to, like, suck my own dick, but, like, the jokes were good enough that, like, almost everyone enjoyed them at my school. Like, if you were too much, like, physical humor, that's very, like, polarizing. But what was weird is, like, frat guys wanted to be in Vines with me, and, like, ones that were actually, like, funny guys, not just, like, douchey, like, support the frat or whatever.
Right.
So it was weird because everyone is pretty well received. I don't think that there's anyone who was a jerk about it, and if they were, I didn't know.
That's just...
That sounds good, though. Then I have to deal with like that then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being idiots.
Well, the only reason I asked is because, like, when anything started to kind of pop off for me on YouTube, I was just, like, at community college at my house. So it was, like, pretty much just, like, I was already friends with Gus and would talk to my immediate friends about it. But that's such a, like, you're in the middle of taking an exam and things take off right there, like, out of nowhere.
How do you focus? Yeah, you're just like, all right, this shit's fucked.
Yeah.
I'm done.
No, I literally, like, I didn't technically pass college, so I'm not actually a college graduate. I walked, but they submitted grades, like, a week later, so, like, I didn't pass because I didn't show up to any of my finals. So, like, that would just happen all the time at the end of, I just never showed up to tests eventually, yeah. And then, like, you fail.
What? Turns out.
You have to do that? Well, hey, what do you say we get into some freaking preguntas, huh?
That's what I was about to say.
Oh, well, now, there might be a little confusion. Preguntas actually is a direct translation to questions in English.
You make sure that everyone knows every time.
Yeah, they have to know because they're so fucking stupid.
It sounds like a type of lasagna.
Preguntas come out.
It's like we just start eating
and answering.
we have an entire, like, staff that comes out with food. Like, he's here.
He'll clear the table.
All right, I got one here. Follow us on Twitter at Eddie Burbeck and at Gus Buckets and at what is your at?
Sarah Schauer.
You got your name?
Yeah.
Gus didn't get his name because there's a sports commentator that's a very famous man named Gus Johnson, so there's not a chance.
Yeah, guess what year was the last year he tweeted?
2014.
2012.
I will say, though, he was trending on Twitter twice this week because of...
He trends every fucking week. It's like football comes around.
He might still need to be verified with that account if he's a trending topic. And then you'll click on that trend and, like, 1 out of 20 tweets will be someone going like, damn, I thought Gus Johnson, the YouTuber, was
That's
trending.
all it is. So every Sunday now, I just get my feed is just, oh, I thought Gus was trending. I'm like, yeah, it's
My favorite thing about like repeat names on Twitter is like when someone kills someone and then like people with that name have to change their bio to like, I did not kill Jessica Whitlock. And it's just like a line of people saying that.
I remember seeing like a big one of a guy whose name was Jeffrey Epstein just being like, guys, I'm an author. Whatever his fucking profession was. Anyway, so here's one from at Juanathan XX. This looks like an old Xbox name. Done that with the old X's and shit on there. Pretty epic. Do you toot around your significant others? My girlfriend hates when I warm up the boys, but I do it anyway.
So wait, when I warm up the I've never heard that.
I didn't read.
Do you fart onto your balls?
Yeah,
do you push them back? Like, what do you mean?
Boys, get in here.
Warm up the boys.
My boys need warming. I just get on their lap and go to town, dude. Yeah, I break the toot streak pretty early. Gotta get out of the way.
There's just what it worked out for me and Chrissy. Both of our families were never fart families, and I don't blame anyone for it. But both of us are just like, that's not a boundary thing. I don't fart in front of my twin brother, so it's just like, it's not even like, some people will be like, you're not close until you fart in front of each other, and Chrissy and I were like, yeah, that's just not gonna happen. It's not like for some reason, it's just the way my family was for it.
But you're missing such a carnal joy.
I can fart in private. I can do that just fine.
Yeah, you know what? I can do stand-up alone in my room, too. Can make millions laugh at you, fart out in the wild.
No, I love farting around people, and I love being a dad about it. Like, did you hear that?
Yeah.
And then I fart, and then they're like, I heard that. Yeah.
You do the pull my finger shit and stuff. Like, hey, kids, come on over. Well, not kids.
Yeah.
She said dad. That's how it's just going the family thing.
Dad,
Take me out of this hole.
A pull my finger bit though. That is just a primal joke. That is a perfect make someone's body fart. That one's a tale as old as time.
There's like a sister joke of that, like smell my fingers, and that's disturbing.
Oh,
like
what
if
the
anyone were to do that, like smell my fingers.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It is too
Oh, me
much.
gusta.
I'm fighting anybody.
All right, I got another one here. At Lindsley Vanessa says, what is the most and least amount of effort that you've put into a costume, be it Halloween, cosplay, or something else? Because I saw you did that Patrick Star video where you turned yourself into Patrick.
Yeah, I would say like I painted myself pink, but also in a sorority I did. This is so stupid. I was like a Victoria's Secret model, and I bedazzled the bra, but I took accidentally too much Adderall, so I was so focused, and I like separated this entire like jug of like rhinestones by like different shades of pink, and then I only glued that one shade on. It took me days because I was just like, and I only wore it for a couple hours. I was like, that was so stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like find yourself getting sucked into like little activities and shit like that? They're like organizational stuff?
Yeah, I love like crafts and like organizing. I'm so basic, but that's fine. I'm fine with being basic.
It's fun. I got into opening Pokemon cards recently, and I didn't realize how much I needed like a tactile organizational hobby to be like, ooh, I'll put these ones over here and these ones over here.
Yeah.
I just like that kind of shit.
I love the like organizers for Pokemon cards so much. It's just so cathartic.
Oh, it's so fun, man.
I hand-me-down for my sister got that like classic red one with Pikachu on it, and I didn't even know anything about Pokemon cards, but I just like flipping through even the like the way the plastic kind of sticks from static and then those books are fun.
Yeah, they should do like an ASMR with like my Pokemon collection.
Ooh, nice.
That'd be fun.
Title it something like the Pokemon collection I just pulled out of my attic.
Did you ever do what was your biggest high effort or low effort costume?
I don't know if I'm trying to think. There was one that I felt like I could only do last year and wasn't like super. I never really went super high effort for costumes. I would like to, but I feel like especially very limiting of when I was a bit bigger in high school. There was like, even though obviously there's like a ton of white dudes everywhere in media, there wasn't like a costume person that looked like just kind of what I looked like. And even now it's more limiting with a mustache where it's like you have to do one thing.
Yeah.
But when Borat came out last year, I'm forgetting what was Borat's daughter named in the movie. I don't remember. Did you guys watch the Borat sequel?
No, I've never seen it.
I actually enjoyed the Borat sequel. But like Borat, was kind of like a cringe joke for a while, and then people loved it while the movie was coming out. and his daughter in it, Chrissy, looked a lot like his daughter, and I was like, I'll put my hair up and look like Borat. So I got like the suit and everything. It was for a stream.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd go to a party as Borat.
Yeah.
Especially this year. It just seems like you're that guy from your hometown that's like, you seen Anchorman?
Yeah.
I don't want to be that dude.
Do you think you're gonna be doing any other like both meme or not like cosplay or like dress up shit at all, like in content or otherwise?
I want to, cause like, but it's very spur of the moment. Like
Yeah.
I've done the ugly stepsister from Shrek. I've done that.
Oh, yeah,
Like the
that's
day
a
after
fun
I
one.
got fired, I was like, I gotta do something and like really take the load
That's
off.
great.
Doesn't Larry King voice that character in the movie?
I
I
have
think he
no
does.
idea.
It was a piece of trivia I heard that I didn't believe, and then I watched the movie and I was like, that's Larry King.
You're gonna want to get this.
Yeah.
Hey pal. I don't know if I'm gonna do one. I'll just like buy paint in the middle of the night and then paint my body.
Hell
I don't
yeah.
really think about anything like that.
Do you guys have a Halloween costume planned for this year at all? I can't think of anything this year. I don't know why.
No.
I know what I want to do. I've been saying it for years, though. I want to do it with me and Sven. It's a really hyper specific character thing. But have you seen any like the Cornetto trilogy at all, like Hot Fuzz, The World's End at all, or like?
No.
So Sven and I want to go in The World's End. There's a younger version and an older version of Gary King, Simon Pegg's character, and Sven looks almost dead nuts like the younger version, and I look dead nuts like the older version. So we want to be dressed up in the black trench coats as old and young Gary King.
That's fun.
That'd be
I
a
like
fun
that.
one.
That is
dude.
fun, and also it's like there's gonna be like one or two people that like get the reference, and
Yeah.
they'll be like, "Hey," and you're like, "Yeah."
Yeah, exactly. But tell the folks your YouTube thing too. Give them the information.
My
Doing the norm
YouTube
thing, yeah.
is Sarah Schauer, and I just do stupid stuff. I have dressed up like my father, and then I asked people on Twitter, "What's something you've always wanted to hear from your dad?" And so I said it to them,
Perfect.
dressed up as a dad, and they were like, "Thank you so much."
That's great. Wait, dressed up as your dad?
No, dressed up as just a general dad.
Yeah.
You know, like when you picture a dad, that's what I dressed up as. But
That's
it's Sarah
perfect.
Schauer, and I'm pretty much like a shit poster. I do a lot of videos with my roommates. You may know her, Brittany Broski. So please like and subscribe.
That's good.
Also, your TikTok's great too.
Thank you.
I really think you're the best at like just like rolling and just like telling a story that is like so shitposty sometimes.
Yes.
It's so fun. I love those.
Some of them are like true, and then there's like always like that fun little lie like spun in.
Hold on, what?
I know, like it's so funny when people are like, "This would be funny if it actually happened." I was like, some of it, like, just laugh at it, dude.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like all like factually accurate.
Yeah, I mean, because especially when like you're clearly doing a bit,
Yeah.
sometimes it's like, well, yeah, even if it's a story, like sometimes I'll see a completely fake story and I see nobody saying that as well.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah. So it's just I don't know.
It's
People-
also like feminism. If you're not a man, like people automatically assume that you're being like super serious. So when you're joking, you have to make it abundantly clear that you're joking, or else everyone explains the joke to you as if you didn't know what you were saying.
Oh, really? Like
Yeah.
if you're doing like sarcastic shit or what?
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you're sarcastic, they just think you're the biggest idiot in the world.
Really?
You know, so you have to be like super obvious that you're
Damn.
making a joke.
It's everything. Chrissy deals with the same thing where
Yeah.
she'll like tweet a shit post that I know if I had tweeted the same thing, nobody would say anything.
Yeah.
And then the replies are like, "Did you know that's actually wrong?" And it's
Yeah.
like, yes. you
And it's, yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it really does seem like
Yeah.
super constant.
Like if you guys just tweeted like pee is stored in the balls, everyone would be like, nah. If I tweeted that, they'd be like, that's not how anatomy works.
Mm-hmm.
Some people have actually cervixes and uteruses too that are a little different. But
We gotta run an experiment for it, actually, though, because the thing is, it is true. It's like it's shocking even to read one. Like I'll go on like even something like Michaela's like responses. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I know if I tweeted this, I wouldn't hear any of
Yeah.
these replies. But I think it's a lot of the time too, guys that aren't following and they just see the tweet on their feed and they're like, oh, a woman said this, so
Yeah.
I have to explain. And it's
Yeah.
just like, why do you have to know if the person's joking or not? I don't know.
I always like try to like, if the joke is too ambiguous, I always reply with like, I understand what is happening. And then so when people quote retweet it telling me I'm an idiot, I like reply with my replies like, I already caught you.
Yeah.
You're the asshole dumbass in this situation.
One thing I started doing recently, because I found on TikTok there's a lot more people I feel like that I'm used to on Twitter, like correcting things. Like, but I just leaned into now. I just keep playing dumb the whole time.
Yeah.
Like I spelled Tobey Maguire's name wrong in a clip that I posted because I was playing the Spider-Man 2 video game and I posted a clip of it. Someone was like, Toby has an E in it, and I was just like, no, he changed it. I don't know if you heard.
Yeah.
It. It's changed now. I love leaning into that.
I like the idea that like you can wreck somebody's day and make them so mad by just going, yeah, like pretending to be some asshole, and like someone would waste their time so much, be like, no, it's not like that.
I created a burner account just to tell people to like hurt themselves, because like it's the only thing that's like morally wrong with me doing it is because like I have a following and they can dogpile. So like if someone's being a jerk to me, I just like switch to like the nobody, and I'm like, I hope your mom falls in a well.
I was actually jealous when you made that Yik Yak video.
Oh yeah.
That like I think you said I feel like a kid again when you were just like commenting something on a burner, and I was like, damn, I might make a burner. Like I want to be able to say something without that pressure.
Yeah.
I gotta think of all the peep jokes I can make in a burner, though, dude. I can tell people fuck off.
You can do all those just fine.
That's true. That's very true.
I can finally like, I don't know, like tell Logan Paul to like, yeah.
Fuck off. I had one. I did a quote tweet about it too, just one of my own ones, because it was just in a week where I realized I had like 5 tweets that were just so monkey brain basic of just like pee pee poo poo kind of shit, and then I was like, I gotta remember AOC follows me. I was like, I can't be doing that. But
you can't stop yourself. No matter what verified person follows, you gotta not think about it.
It's so nerve wracking. Macy Williams follows me on TikTok.
Oh, no way.
And I was like, oh shit. And so like for like a week I just like froze. I was like, I don't know what she would want to see. Yeah. So it's just like nerve wracking.
What has been the most strange or surprising like celebrity reach out kind of like thing in the messages that you've ever gotten?
Celebrity reach out?
Yeah, you don't have to like put them like on blast or whatever, but just like, I'm surprised that even this person like contacted me. Like, what the hell?
I can't, like, I can't think of any names right now, but I've definitely seen like I was like scrolling the For You page. Diplo followed me.
Oh,
so I was like, so I just followed him back. We haven't messaged each other, but it's always weird to like when random. I don't know. I haven't really been reached out by anyone.
Yeah.
I do love that feature on TikTok though, where you're just scrolling and then it just says follows you.
Yeah.
You're like, oh,
that's so nice.
It's way easier to connect with people in that way.
Yeah.
Or especially sometimes if it's somebody that I see like really likes the podcast and they have like a viral video, I feel like a proud dad every time. I'm just like, way to go. This one's hilarious.
We already talked about this a few months ago, but it was after like T-Pain had the viral thing where he realized like, oh shit, you can sort Instagram message requests by like top. Like, popular ones. And I looked at mine, and this one it was just a Y. Dennis Rodman. he just gave me like a thumbs up or some shit, like
That's
a laugh.
insane.
And I'm like, why? What are you doing? Like, are you watching like fucking just dumb pee joke memes and stuff, or what?
I saw that video and I felt so dumb because I looked through mine. I missed so many brand deals because
Seriously?
I just never saw them. I'm like, oh my god, dude!
Dude, fucking Conan messaged me.
Yeah,
and it was a year later, and I was just like, I didn't see that at all. He had just seen a video, and I was like, I thought it was funny. Like, clearly sent it from like the staff account or whatever. I'm just like, fuck that shit, man. Like, I didn't even know that existed.
You know what I wonder? I feel like the government looks at all of Dennis Rodman's messages because he's so close with Kim Jong-un. So I wonder if some person at the NSA was like, oh, Gus messaged.
I'm one of the pins on the corkboard now.
There's like a web, and it's just like your face.
It's like Pepe Sylvia shit up there. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, I got another pregnant for you here.
Let's hear it.
I'm getting there. Chicken Noodle Suit says, would you rather live in a world without porn or a world without corn?
So he said that earlier, and I thought it was going to be easy, and then I stopped myself because think about how many corn products there are. I'm saying this like we're all going to keep corn.
Would you rathers are my like favorite thing to do ever. But I would
corn?
No, I love coming up with would you rathers.
Yeah.
I would say without corn, just because.
But it's in everything.
Here's my question though: are we talking about porn as it being like just the finished product? Because eliminating porn would, but let's say it's in a magic world where it goes away and then there's not like some secret underground crime stuff. I feel like that would help some people and hurt a lot of people
I feel
as
like,
well.
Yeah, we're also thinking about it too personally. Like this is how I consume, but like think about like how much porn is consumed, like the industry, how much it makes, and then the corn. Like farmers are already like struggling. So what industry could we take the blow if it went away?
I feel like corn. I don't know if corn would have a bigger hit because you always hear the numbers for people watching porn and you're like, oh my god.
But you think about how integral corn is in everything. Like it's used in manufacturing. I mean, it's a fuel source for ethanol and shit. It is in like half of the food that we eat. Actually, like I wonder if I get a good bolded Google answer if I said, what percentage of food is corn in?
According to USDA ERS, corn is the primary U.S. feed grain, accounting for more than 95% of total feed grain production and use.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's a lot of food.
Okay, so well, I say there's two versions then. What's your personal answer, and then your for the world answer?
Oh.
Do you guys like corn? Like just corn?
I can do it.
Much like porn, I can live without it, but I do enjoy it.
But then there's like corn. I guess corn syrup stuff I'm not too crazy on either. I feel like I could go
That's
without
true.
But I feel like maybe some type of tortillas or like, breads have corn,
Yeah.
maybe.
I do like cornbread a lot. Like have some chili, some cornbread. Like it's some good shit. So my choice is have corn on the cob or have to start respecting women.
We'd also lose popcorn.
Oh my God,
that's
yeah.
a big one.
So then now we have like theaters.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
AMC would go down. Isn't that like half their profit margin is popcorn?
Seat prices would go way up.
Yeah.
But then also poverty in the U.S. because porn and sex work is like a lot of people's income.
Right.
So this is a huge question.
Oh.
I didn't
Well,
expect
you
it to be this hard, but
Yeah.
it actually is pretty hard.
You could probably still have sex work though, but it would have to be like actual
Just-
like the acts and not like the
Yeah.
the content of it.
More like live.
Live,
Yeah.
live. Butts at the Largo live. You're gonna go in theater.
I would love to see the advertising for porn, but like,
Yeah.
or like sex work without porn.
Yeah. Well, would
That's
would that
true.
ad count as porn?
It,
You just have to have a fully clothed lady. And like, guess what's under here?
Meet me.
Tickets at Tuesday at 8.
I don't.
Oh man.
I really don't know. I feel like I feel like it's too complicated to answer for the ramifications of the country.
Yeah.
Personally, I would say porn now, especially. Single me might have had a different answer.
Yeah.
But it's
Catch
a
me
lot,
in 12 hours.
It's a lot easier for me.
Ask me the question at 2 a.m. Yeah.
I would say porn as well. I think I eat a lot more corn than I think I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm just-
also, I love popcorn, especially with movies.
Yeah. I would figure since you're from Wisconsin, you have like a bias towards corn.
Yeah. They would throw me out of the state if I didn't choose to get rid of porn. So you guys were good. All good. Knee high by the 4th of July. Don't worry. We're in the clear here, guy.
Is that an actual saying for
Yeah, that's
the crop cycle?
That's for the like corn stuff. Is if you have a good crop, the basic rule of thumb is like you want it to be knee high by the 4th of July. I mean, she got some good water in it.
Do they say the same thing for the cheese trees or however
Yeah,
how
they
you
do.
guys
Yeah,
make it?
they just it comes out of the ground like Mount St. Helens. You know, it's, or I meant to say, what's that geyser in the park? Is this
I
making
don't
any
know. I
sense?
know.
Old Faithful.
Oh.
Yeah.
You could have just said
I'm
geyser.
really leapfrogging
Yeah.
from
Yeah, for audio listeners, Gus was, I don't even know how to describe it. It looked like he was, I don't know.
It's like when Michael Scott had that scotch. He's like, Splenda. All right, here's one for you. At World's a Bummer says, what is the correct way to respond when you're in the bathroom and someone knocks? I just panic every time. You say something though, right?
Yeah.
Like you exclaim like,
Someone's in here.
Yeah, someone's
yeah,
in
you're like,
here.
yep,
It's
I'm in.
embarrassing when like it's like a club and it's a little bit too loud, so you have to keep repeating.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
someone's in here, they keep knocking. You're like, I'm shitting. Shitting.
I just don't stop saying that the whole time. I'm shitting.
Do you guys knock immediately anytime there's a door, or do you just kind of like slowly go for the handle?
I always go for the handle.
I go for the
Really?
handle,
Yeah.
and then if there's like, I think it's not locked, and then there's the jiggle, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh no, I'm the guy.
Yes.
When you normally go into the bathroom, you're like, who the fuck is going at the door this hard?
I always go in straight knock though. I'm too scared to go jiggle. I'll go, but I will have the spacing be like click click 1 2, and then I'm going in. You know,
Yeah.
It's just like here's the heads up, dude, because anyone's gonna tell you in the first second. Yep, I'm in here.
Yeah. But I do like the idea of like just jiggling it super hard and like leaning against the door.
That's the idea. Especially when somebody does that multiple times. You're like,
Yeah.
obviously someone's in here.
Mm-hmm.
What doors do we find in public that are not locked but really hard to open? That's
Yeah.
not a thing. But I think especially my thing with, I don't know if it's the same for you for going for the knob first, is any situation where I could maybe not talk to somebody.
Yeah.
That's the ideal. And when it's just, when there's nobody in there and it's unlocked, perfect. I didn't even have to ask, you know?
I
When
think
Once a stranger, I don't want to talk to them. What were you gonna say?
Most of the time it is a stranger.
Yeah, it's not like a family event. Hey, mom, coming in. You know?
I think there's like a similar situation, like when you go to a bathroom stall and like there's a broken lock and you have to like hold it and like someone like keeps like pushing it. No.
Yeah. I will always do the thing though if it's a relatively empty and quiet bathroom where if somebody comes in, if I'm in the stall, I will just default give them a little like I'll make a little rustling around noise, you know, so it's just like we don't even need you to get to the door. You know I'm here, guy.
Yeah.
You know?
There was a move I respected a lot in high school once. I came into the bathroom and there was someone clearly in the stall going through it.
Yeah.
But they decided to just blast music off their phone.
Oh, man.
And I was like, honestly, we should always have noise so you
Yeah.
don't have to worry about that. I respected it 100%.
No, yeah. If I hear a girl like going through the long hall, I like turn on the sink and just try to get out there as soon as I can.
Yeah, that's nice to turn on the sink though, especially it's real thoughtful.
They should just pipe Muzak in all the time, you know, like just like really shitty like dollar store like.
Is it the Kevin MacLeod?
Yeah, dude.
The royalty free.
Oh yeah.
The king of royalty free music.
Yeah, just the loop of that.
Oh my god. I was in a cafe one time and the music was like, it was familiar, but I couldn't place it, and it sounded like royalty free. But I realized they were playing the Two Girls One Cup like music, and I don't think they realized it. And I was like, halfway through, I was like, "This is from like Two Girls One Cup," but I feel like it's a free song that you could play.
Did you go tell them?
No, and that's just weird about it. I was like, "Hey, this is this video."
Look what it's from.
It's about to be me in 30 minutes.
You go up to get your coffee and two girl baristas hand
Yeah.
Must be a coincidence.
I got nothing to say, dude.
Oh.
Did
you guys want to keep talking? Because I'm done.
Oh no. For the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we can be done if you want to be done.
Mm-hmm.
That's not gonna be a problem for you guys, is it?
No.
No, I mean,
Okay.
fine.
You'll clean this up.
Okay.
I guess so. Sure, you don't have to help clean up. I'll do it.
She should though. I mean, she came all the way over here, so.
Yeah, the guest always cleans.